How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about the new Bitcoin exchange coming out from Square. And I've heard a couple people mention it, but not really talk about what it is and why it's different than other decentralized exchanges. So I want to bring that to your attention, why I actually think it's a great thing what they're doing. I also want to hit on some of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that came out from Hilary Clinton, because it is hilarious what she says, and it's honestly, some of the stuff she says is right on, but I think she means it in a bad way, and I think it's actually fantastic. So if you guys don't mind, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, it pushes this video out to more people. I really do appreciate that. Also, you can check out links underneath the video in case you want to sign up with BlockFi or Voyager. I use both of them to get cryptocurrencies and get interest on cryptos. And there's a link down there to the Patreon. So I've actually filmed a couple exclusive videos for them over the last couple days. And this is on stocks and crypto. And then I also give them early access every once in a while to videos and tell them exactly what I'm buying and selling and all that kind of stuff. I give them multiple updates every single day of the week. So thank you for doing that. Let's take a look at the market. Obviously, Bitcoin is trading sideways a little bit. It's down 10% over the last 7 days, but really we've been trading in this $55,000 to $60,000 range for a few days now. Ethereum is back over 4,200. That's nice. It was just under 4,000 just a little while ago. BNB is close to 600 again. The one crypto that continues to move up is Avalanche. The total value locked on Avalanche just keeps on going up. And that, I think, is why it is outperforming, and it's so close to being in the top 10. So if we see it pop about 135 or so, it will be in the top 10 cryptocurrencies, beating out Dogecoin. Dogecoin will fall out, and I think that would be the first time that it's fallen out in a while. So that's just something to pay attention to, something very cool for Avalanche, that they just keep on keeping this momentum. I do have a little bit of Avalanche, just a small amount I bought a while ago, so I have been holding on to it. Now, Hilary Clinton just talked about cryptocurrencies, and she has some strong words to say, so I'll play the clip and then give you my opinions on it.
And then one more area that I hope nation states start paying greater attention to is the rise of cryptocurrency. Because what looks like a very interesting and somewhat exotic effort to literally mine new coins in order to trade with them has the potential for undermining currencies, for undermining the role of the dollar as the reserve currency, for destabilizing nations, perhaps starting with small ones, but going much larger.
So obviously, Hilary Clinton does not feel like cryptocurrencies are a safe way to invest. She says that they undermine the US dollar as the world's reserve currency and undermine countries. And honestly, I think she's right. It does lessen the effectiveness, power, and ability of these different countries, which I think is a good thing. I mean, these countries are just eroding dollars, eroding our dollars, and eroding the purchasing power because they essentially have the world's largest Ponzi scheme. What was $26 back in 1915 or so is $1 now, and that's not even accounting for the 40% increase to the money supply this last year. Now, she talks about one other thing that I want to play real quick.
There's a whole new layer of activity that could be extremely destabilizing, and in the wrong hands or in alliances with the wrong people, could be direct threats to many of our nation states and certainly to the global currency markets.
So she feels like Bitcoin is such a strong asset that in the hands of the wrong people, it can create a lot of damage. I think the US should take a proactive approach and actually add it. I think they should be buying Bitcoin. I think they should be promoting it to bring more innovation and more technology to the US. And I think it makes a lot of sense to have a US dollar really be focused on day-to-day transactions while Bitcoin is a savings account. I think they can work in harmony where we're not going to necessarily use Bitcoin for everything in the future, but to have that as a savings account and know that you won't have Bitcoin eroded over time. We know exactly how much there will be and how much we're going to have in the future, and we can chart all that out. I think it makes a lot of sense to have that, while again, US dollars are just for day-to-day exchanges and short term. So Bitcoin savings account, and US dollar checking account. That is what I think. But let's get over to someone that understands all this way better than I do. Jack Dorsey has done a lot for crypto. He thinks that this is really his life calling. Even recently, they added tips with Bitcoin over on Twitter. Also, they've made a ton of money on Square just from the Cash App and peer-to-peer payment transactions in Bitcoin, 1.82 billion last quarter. They've also worked with Ethereum, making it so that you can have verified NFTs on Twitter. So you get this little Ethereum check mark. It's not really a check mark, but this little Ethereum mark that can show that it is a verified NFT and that you can connect it to like OpenSea and your different wallets. So that's awesome. And recently, just as of yesterday, the white paper came out from Jack Dorsey's decentralized Bitcoin exchange. Now, it's not really a decentralized Bitcoin exchange. It's more centralized than most, but I did feel like we should cover a little bit here today because I know a lot of people are probably wondering, what is this? What's the point of it? And honestly, I think it will actually help a lot of people get into cryptocurrency. So the name of it is TBDEX, so TBDX. Unlike most decentralized exchanges or DEXs, this will not utilize a trustless model and therefore will not feature its own governance token. So it's not like PancakeSwap where they have the cake token. This is going to be something a little bit more centralized. So they're going to have Know Your Customer, KYC, checks to comply with different regulations, and users can only then connect their wallets to the exchange and swap tokens with one another after they give that KYC. Also, they're going to have blockchain analytic solutions built into the DEX or through a third party. So you're actually going to be enabling authorities to cross-reference payment IDs and public wallet addresses with KYC information to unveil personal identities behind transacting parties. Also, one other thing that they're going to be able to do is reverse losses suffered by investors that happen from decentralized finance rug pulls. So you're going to actually be able to reverse certain transactions on their TD DEX. Some people really dislike this because it is going to be much more centralized, but the fact is we still have free will, right? We don't have to use this. And this, I think, is going to be a great thing for people newer to the crypto space, especially people that don't really care about giving their KYC. Like a lot of people have to do that with all their different bank accounts, so they don't really care. They're not really in here to be decentralized. They just want easier access to cryptocurrencies. Also, if they can have more security and they know that, hey, if I send it to the wrong place or I get rug pulled, I can have some kind of ability to reverse that. And also, some people just don't care that they have to comply with the government and do all this other KYC information and be able to be looked up, because I worked in banking. I know some people just don't care. They just want easier access to things. And I think this will provide that. I think it's one of the largest companies that works in crypto too, Square is, and also Twitter. So I think the fact is that this will offer a lot of people the opportunity to get into crypto that normally wouldn't be able to. They're not going to be able to figure out how PancakeSwap works. So this, I think, will be very good. In their intro to their white paper, they kind of talked about how it's very difficult because a lot of people can't get access to it, and there needs to be fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. It needs to be easier for people, and I think they're going to provide that for a lot of people that normally wouldn't be in this space. Now, of course, some people don't like what they're doing. Some people wanted something more decentralized, but again, you have all the same options that you had before. Now there's just one extra option that's more centralized. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. It's pretty cool what they're doing. I think it will help more people get into the space. If you guys like this, please leave a like, please hit subscribe. You can check out the links underneath the video. Also, let me know what you think about the US dollar being our checking account and then BTC being our savings account. Let me know your thoughts on that underneath the video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.